Hello everyone, I'm Mrs. Roshali Chaudhary. Going to start with the basic science chemistry. Today we are going to start with the chemical bonding. What is the chemical bonding? The attraction between the different atoms can be termed as a chemical bonding. The learning outcome of this video is after studying this video or looking at this video, watching this video, students will understand what is the ionic bonding. Understand the properties of ionic compounds. Why ionic compounds are important in engineering, that we are going to learn here, how they will form and their application in engineering field. When we are going to study the different types of bonding, first type is ionic bonds or the electrovalent bond, which is formed by loss or gain of electrons by transfer of electrons. Second one is the covalent bond, which is formed by mutual sharing of electrons. Coordinate bond, or it is also called as dative bond, one-sided sharing of electrons. Metallic bond, by delocalized electrons in metals. Hydrogen bond, which is formed between hydrogen and electronegative atom. Today we are going to learn about the ionic bond. What are the ionic compounds? They are formed by loss and gain of electron by transfer of electron. How this loss and gain of electron will take place, that we are going to learn. Definition: an ionic bond formed by complete transfer of one or more electrons from metal and non-metal atom to get a stable inert gas configuration and forming a neutral molecule. When there is a loss and gain of electron take place, it must be have a different elements or different atom. It must be one is metal, one is non-metal. How it is going to form? Metal is having excess of electron. They are having 1, 2, 3, 3 electrons in their valence orbit. So they are trying to lose that electron to get a neutral gas configuration or noble gas configuration and become positively charged cation. Non-metals, gaseous atoms. They are having 5, 6, 7 electrons in the outermost orbit. They are going to gain 1, 2, 3 electrons to complete octet. As they are gaining electrons, they will form negatively charged anions. As there is a positive and negative charge cation and anion are present, they are going to attract by the electrostatic force of attraction and they will form a molecule or compound. Example of electrovalent compounds are sodium chloride NaCl, MgCl2, calcium oxide AlCl3, KCl. These are the solid molecules which is obtained by the transfer of electron between metals and non. First we will learn formation of NaCl. What is the NaCl? It's a common salt, namak. It is composed of sodium as well as the chlorine. Ideally, if we look at the sodium composition, atomic number is 11, configuration is 281. Chlorine, atomic number is 17, configuration is 287. Sodium is a yellow colored metal while the chlorine is a greenish colored poisonous gas. But when they will form a compound, they are eatable, non-poisonous substance. Sodium, it is having excess of one electron in outer orbit, so they are losing that electron and become positively charged cation. Chlorine, 7 electron in outermost orbit, so chlorine is gaining one electron and become negatively charged anion. This positive and negatively charged Na plus and Cl minus combine by the electrostatic force of attraction and form ionic solid NaCl. Here we can observe. See, this is the sodium atom. Configuration is 2 2 electrons in the first orbit, 8 electron in the second orbit, and 1 electron in the outer orbit. To become stable, to complete octet, sodium is losing this 1 electron. As sodium is losing 1 electron, it becomes sodium plus. Outermost orbit is empty, so positive charge is increases. This loss of 1 electron will be gained by the chlorine. Chlorine, here outermost orbit is contains 7 electrons. It requires only 1 electron to complete the octet. As electrons is added, negative charge is going to add on the chlorine. So this chlorine is negative, sodium is positive. Both are equal and opposite. They will attract or bind together by the electrostatic force of attraction to form a crystal. Next example is formation of MgO, magnesium oxide. Configuration of the magnesium is 12, 2, 8, 2. So valence electron is 2. So magnesium is going to lose this 2 electron. Oxygen atomic number is 16. Configuration is 286. To complete octet, it will gain 2 electrons from the magnesium and it will form a oxygen. Here we understand better. This is the magnesium. It is losing these 2 electrons to form 2 plus, which is having a octet configuration. Oxygen is gaining 2 electrons. So negative charge is increased, but as the configuration is 2-8, octet rule is satisfied and it form a anion. Mg2 plus and O2 minus both are equivalent opposite charges. They are attract together, bind together by the electrostatic force of attraction. That compound is called as magnesium oxide. Formation of aluminium trichloride. Aluminium configuration is 283, 3 electrons in the outermost orbit. Aluminium try to lose these 3 electrons to complete its octet. Who is going to gain this electron? Chlorine. Configuration is 287. So 1 chlorine is required, only 1 electron. As the aluminium is having 3 excess electrons, it is going to give these 3 electrons to 3 different chlorine ions. These are so each chlorine will gain 1 electron. To satisfy aluminium, 3 chlorine are required. So the compound is formed as AlCl3. So it is a diatomic, monoatomic or the polyatomic. How many atoms are present here? How many? 1 of aluminium, 3 of chlorine. So total 4 atoms are present. So it is a polyatomic molecule will form. What is the property of electrovalent compound? They are form of solid crystals, so have a high melting and high boiling point. They do not conduct electricity in a solid state as they are a neutral. Ions have a fixed position, so ions are not ready to move from one end to the another end. But when this electrovalent compound convert into the molten form or dissolve in a water, These cations and anions are able to free move here and there. So when we are applying the charge, they are passing, allowing current to pass from one end to the another end. They are soluble in a polar solvent such as water. Bond is non-directional, extend in all directions. Metals and non-metals combine to give electronic configuration of always. They always want to complete the octet, and you are having the completely filled octet. Noble gases are having completely filled octet. Electrons usually lost by in the formation of electrovalent bond. What is the required things? It must require metals and non-metals. Metals want to become inert or complete their octet. How that will achieve? They are going to lose valence electron. So answer is metals. Next question is when magnesium reacts with oxygen, the nature of bond formed is. Options are ionic, covalent, metallic. That as a magnesium is metal, oxygen is non-metal, then if it is the dissimilar atoms, always the bond is ionic bond. Electrovalent bond is another name of how the electrovalent bond is formed by loss and gain of electron. When the loss and gain of electron take place, they will form cation and anions, positive and negative charge ions. So it is also called as ionic bond. To form anion, non-metal atoms. Non-metal atoms generally contain 5, 6, 7 electrons in the outermost orbit. It is difficult to lose that electrons. So non-metal tend to gain electron to complete their octet. So what is the answer? To form anion, non-metal atom gain